Marvel fans, the Fantastic Four are about to change everything in the MCU, and we've got the details that you can't miss. We're diving into the Fantastic Four's big MCU debut, including its unique retro-futuristic vibe and star-studded cast. Plus, Dogman is dominating the box office with an impressive debut. What does this mean for the future of family films? Well, let's get into it, because this is Movie Mornings, your daily dose of movie news with a cup of coffee. Happy Monday, everybody. It is February 3rd. We have officially reached the beginning of a new month. Will this month be better than January? Nobody knows. Only we can make that choice. That was supposed to be funny. And for some reason it came off more astute than it was supposed to. So I'll just add that in there. Maybe give it a horn. We'll go ahead and say special thanks to our Patreon producer for the month, Basilius of Stupidonia. Thank you for being our producer. You are greatly appreciated. And of course, you are awesome. All right, everybody. So let's enough of the fun stuff here. Let's start things off with Marvel's exciting update. Something fans have been waiting for is finally happening, and here's what you need to know. Via Culture Crave on Blue Sky, the first Fantastic Four trailer officially releases Tuesday during Good Morning America. Very exciting. Very exciting. Of course, this news is courtesy of ABC. I am so freaking excited for the Fantastic Four trailer. Maggie and I have been looking forward to this since day one. I actually, here's the thing, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and tell it. Maybe I'm going to lose some nerd cred here. I actually really enjoy the first Fantastic Four. Actually, the first two, both it and Rise of the Silver Surfer. I think they're really good. They're fun. They're a bit more family campy, but I don't know. I feel like that's what the Fantastic Four is supposed to be. Maybe I'm wrong, but I liked them. Especially Michael Chiklis as the Thing. I feel like he was just, he's wonderful. You know, that big foam rubber suit. I was really hoping we'd get to see him back in Deadpool and Wolverine, but alas, that did not happen. As far as Fan-Four-Stick goes, the first half of that movie is really good. Obviously, it's a much darker tone, a much different type of movie than the original Fantastic Four movies. But I really like the first half of it. The back half of it is not great. I would love one day to get to see the actual intended cut of the movie. I feel like that is one, if I'm being honest, I'd rather see it than the Snyder cut, but that's just me. Don't worry about that. We can keep moving because I don't want to piss off a bunch of people. But I would love to see the real Fan-Four-Stick at some point. Miles Teller. What more do you need? I mean, everybody else, obviously. Michael B. Jordan. Just goes without saying. So good. But we're not talking about those today. We're talking about the new Fantastic Four. Of course, this one, if you don't know, it's Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four, and it is set to finally introduce Marvel's first family into the MCU, with the film scheduled to hit theaters on July 25th, 2025, that is this year. Directed by Matt Shakman, the movie promises a fresh take on the beloved characters, blending retro-futuristic vibes with cosmic stakes. The film will reportedly take place, now of course we don't know all of this, but this is just rumored to be true, will take place in a 1960s-inspired retro-futuristic setting, giving the Fantastic Four a unique aesthetic within the MCU. Early reports indicate that the story will center around the team defending Earth from the cosmic entity Galactus, which I am very excited for. Of course, we saw some footage earlier this year. I think it came out at Comic-Con. Well, I say earlier this year. Last year, 2024. And it was showed Galactus's eye, looking through the building. This is really cool. Galactus seems to be a bit smaller than the other Celestials. Considering the Celestials were larger than a planet, and Galactus is on the planet, he's just a little bit smaller. So I'm curious to see what they'll do with that, if that'll actually make a difference or not. I don't know, but I friggin' love Galactus. I hated that in Silver Surfer that he was just a cloud. That was a huge letdown. That's one of the reasons why I liked the Eternals so much, was because it was basically Galactus. I mean, it was as close as we're getting until the new Fantastic Four movie comes out. But I love Galactus. I'm just very, very stupid excited to see what they do with Galactus in the MCU. Of course, Galactus, a planet-devouring villain, and his herald, the Silver Surfer, are rumored to be the antagonist. I say rumored. I mean, we've seen them in like the test footage and stuff. So I mean, like, it is like it's beyond rumored at this point. They're, I would say, very likely, unless they just completely change things up before the movie actually comes out, which I don't think they're going to do that. But I mean, hey, it's Marvel. You never know what they're going to do. Unlike previous iterations, this movie will skip over the team's origin story, opting instead to introduce the characters as already established heroes. I love this idea. Flashbacks may be used to explore the transformation and development. I think we're good. I think we don't really need to re-see, them getting their powers and stuff. Even if they don't know, even if people don't know how it happened, obviously Fantastic Four not as prominent as like Spider-Man or something. I still think Fantastic Four is easy enough to show in flashbacks. I don't think you really need, the long 45-minute intro of how they got their powers and stuff. I feel like flashbacks will be just fine. And I mean, they've proven they can do stuff like this in the MCU with Spider-Man. So again, even if you don't know the origins of Fantastic Four, obviously we all know how Spider-Man got his powers. We've seen it a lot. Poor Uncle Ben. It's just, dude's never gonna live. And if you're enjoying this episode, hitting that like button would certainly be fantastic. That's right. Starring Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, as the leader of the team. Reed Richards is a brilliant scientist with the ability to stretch his body into incredible shapes. It makes him long. You know what I mean? He can make it as long as he wants. If you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Pascal's charisma and gravitas are expected to bring a fresh yet authoritative take on this iconic character. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Sue Storm is, of course, the team's emotional center, possesses the ability to turn invisible and generate force fields. Kirby is expected to bring intelligence, elegance, and strength to her portrayal of Sue. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm / the Human Torch. Johnny Storm is Sue's fiery younger brother, capable of igniting himself into flames and flying. Known for his charm and wit, Quinn's performance is anticipated to infuse the character with energy and humor, which I love Joseph Quinn. Obviously, Stranger Things, he did a fantastic job in that. I didn't even mean to say fantastic. That was unnecessary and unfortunate. I'm so sorry. But he did great in Stranger Things. I loved it. Are we going to get him playing some more Metallica in the Fantastic Four? No. Ebon Moss-Baccarat as Ben Grimm / The Thing. Ben Grimm, transformed into a powerful rock-like creature, struggles with his monstrous appearance while serving as the team's muscle. Moss-Baccarat's casting suggests a deeply emotional and grounded take on the beloved character. Of course, while the Fantastic Four will be a self-contained story, it is also expected to set the stage for larger MCU narratives, potentially tying into Phase 6 films like Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Very exciting stuff here. Of course, we all know Robert Downey Jr. Is returning to the MCU as Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is the Fantastic Four's main antagonist. So will we see Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four? I would think yes. I don't know if it will be in the main movie or if we're just looking at like a tease. Like, I don't think we're looking at a fifth lead of the movie with Robert Downey Jr. I don't think we're going to get something like that. But I definitely think we'll see him. We have to. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you just jump into Doomsday this summer or next summer, and having never seen Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, I feel like you're asking for a lot, I like from the fans to understand, hey, this isn't Tony, but what do I know? I could be totally wrong here. But let me know, are you excited for Fantastic Four? Let me know in the comments. I would love to get your info, your thoughts on it. And I want to know which actor you think will be the most fantastic in the MCU. My personal bet is that Pedro Pascal is going to be absolutely wonderful in the MCU. I cannot wait for this movie. And of course, the trailers tomorrow. We'll be right here, hopefully awesome, breaking down the trailer, doing a live reaction. It'll probably happen tomorrow night, just so you know. We're not going to be able to watch it first thing in the morning because we both have jobs that we have to go to. But we will do a live reaction, so definitely come back and check that out. But now that we've broken down Marvel's big reveal, let's shift gears to what's already dominating theaters this weekend. That's right, Dogman is off to a fantastic start. This is via Rebecca Rubin at Variety. Dogman enjoyed a barking, that's the wrong button, good time at the domestic box office, collecting a leading $36 million from 3,800 North American cinemas in its first weekend of release. Universal and DreamWorks Animation's animated canine crime-fighting film set in the Captain Underpants universe. I was not aware Captain Underpants had a universe. The CU opened at the higher end of expectations thanks to great buzz and pent-up demand for family offerings. Moviegoers awarded the film with an A grade on CinemaScore, signaling a long tail in theaters. Rebecca. The long tail. Good job. Dogman is enjoying an impressive debut. The PG animation family film wave that was prevalent in 2024 is continuing in 2025, says senior ComScore analyst Paul Dargabar. I'm so sorry. Garabidian. I am so sorry. I'm laughing at me being completely unable to say that. And the fact that when I tried to say it, I sounded like a moron. That's what I'm laughing at. Paul, your last name's great. I just suck at reading. So don't take offense to that. Exhibitors often lament a lack of family movies in the marketplace, and the weekend's box office charts appear to demonstrate the weight of family-friendly options on the big screen. Disney's Mufasa's The Lion King, Joe Mufasa, for those who don't know, now in its 7th weekend of release, took the number 3 spot with $6.1 million from 3,180 locations. After a so-so start in December, the Pride Land set prequel has entered in theaters with $230 million in North America and $653 million globally. Can't keep a good Joe down. Oh, and I forgot to throw up the poster. Another newcomer, Warner Brothers and New Line's satirical sci-fi thriller Companion, debuted at number 2 with $9.5 million from 3,200 theaters. The R-rated film added a soft $5.5 million from 60 overseas markets for a grand total of $15 million. Still, those ticket sales are solid since Companion cost an economical $10 million to produce, not including its marketing spend. With stellar reviews, 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, and solid audience feedback, B+ on CinemaScore, box office watchers suggest the film could become a late January, early February sleeper hit. Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid star in Companion, a pseudo-love story about a group of friends whose weekend getaway descends into chaos after they find out that one of the guests is a companion robot. Listen here. Maggie and I went and watched Companion over the weekend, and I absolutely loved this movie. I was expecting something a bit more like Megan, and I got something a bit more like Terminator. Now, not exactly like Terminator, just to be completely clear. No time travel, nothing like that, no assassins or anything. But it's really good. It's a really good movie. Jack Quaid is fantastic in it, and I don't really want to give anything away. So I'm not going to say anything other than if this sounds like something you'd be into, go check it out. It is a lot of fun. It is, it's just a lot of fun. It's a really fun movie. I would say on my ranking, probably a 4 out of 5, if I'm being honest. I really, really enjoyed it. It didn't make me cry, so it's not a 5. As you know, it has to make me cry or emotionally move me in some way to get a 5. And unfortunately, Companion did not reach that level of awesomeness. But it is very, very, very good, and I highly recommend it. So, elsewhere, Sony's R-rated buddy comedy, One of Them Days, with Keke Palmer and SZA slid into fourth place. The movie earned $6 million from 2,306 theaters between Friday and Sunday, a mere 21% decline from the prior weekend. With a positive word of mouth, the $14 million budget film has generated $34 million after 3 weekends of release. And last weekend's champion, Flight Risk, an action thriller directed by Mel Gibson and starring Mark Wahlberg as a balding, unhinged pilot, nosedived to 5th place. Jesus. Come on, Rebecca, man alive. Nosedived to 5th place with $5.6 million from 3,000 theaters. Ticket sales declined by 53% from its $12 million debut, bringing its domestic tally to $20.9 million. So far, the overall box office has been on the upswing, with ticket sales up 14% from the same point a year ago and 3.5% from 2023, according to Comscore. Though the year is young, Hollywood is hoping that theatrical fortunes will rebound in 2025 after the pandemic and 2 labor strikes have ravaged the box office. Yeah. So it's been a rough year, couple of years. We're still trying to get back into the swing of things from, post 2019 levels of stuff. But we do have 3 Marvel movies coming out. Captain America, of course, launches in 2 weeks at this point. It's going to be a good year. I think it's going to be a good year. Of course, I didn't necessarily watch everything that they opened up. So hopefully I'll catch up on some of the things. But I want to know, did you watch Dogman over the weekend? Did you watch Companion this weekend? I would love for you to drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing what you all thought about those movies. It helps me know, do I need to run out and get to it, or is this something that I can just kind of hang back and watch when it hits digital? Of course, our daughter, I'm sure, would love Dogman. She actually saw a picture of him and went, "That's Dogman." I was like, how do you know Dogman? She's like, "I've read it at school." And I was like, "Oh, you are old enough to be reading at school, aren't you?" That's, wow. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. But that's going to wrap it up for me this morning. Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, have a hopefully awesome day. Goodbye.